A Lover's Litanies, 7th Litany. Stella Matutina. By Mackay. Arise, fair Phoebus, and with looks serene survey the world which late the orbčd queen did pave with pearl to please enamour'd swains. Arise, arise, the dark is bound in chains, and thou'rt immortal, and thy throne is here to sway the seasons, and to make it clear how much we need thee, O thou silent God, that art the crowned controller of the year. And while the breezes reconstruct for thee the shimmering clouds, and while, from lea to lea, the great earth reddens with a maid's delight, behold, I bring to thee, as yesternight, my subject song. Do thou protect apace my peerless one, my Peri with the face that is a marvel to the minds of men, and like a flower for humbleness of grace. The earth which loves thee, or I much have erred, the glad, green earth which waits, as for a word, the sound of thee, up shuddering through the morn. The restive earth is pleased when day is born, and soon will take each separate silent beam as proof of sex, exulting in the dream of joys to come, and quickened and convulsed, year after year, by love's triumphant theme. 1,000 times the flowers in all the fields will bow to thee, and with their little shields the daisy folk will muster on the plain. 1,000 songs the birds will sing again, as sweet to hear as quiverings of a lute, and she I love will sing, for thy repute, full many a song. She sings when she but speaks, and when she's near the birds should all be mute. Verses O my beloved, from thy curtained bed arise, rejoice, uplift thy golden head, and be an instant, while I muse on this, as nude as statues, and as good too. Kiss as dear Saint Agnes when she met her death, unclad and pure and patient of her breath, and with the grace of God for wedding gown, as many an ancient story witnesseth. The bath, the plunge, the combing of the hair, all this I view, a sight beyond compare since Daphne died in all the varied charms of her chaste body, rounded regal arms, and shape supreme, too fair for human gaze, but not too fair to win the mirror's praise that throbs to see thee in thy deshabille and loves thee well through all the nights and days. I see thee thus in fancy, as in books a man may see the nadads of the brooks, as one entranced by potions aptly given may see the angels where they walk in heaven, and may not greet them in their high estate. For who shall guess the riddle wrought of fate till he be dead? And who that lives a span shall thwart the future where it lies in wait? And now today a word I dare not write starts to my lips, as when a baffled knight withholds a song which fain he would repeat, for lo, the sense thereof is passing sweet, and, like a cup that's full, my heart is filled with new desires and quiverings new distilled from old delights, and all my pulses throb as at the touch of dreams divinely willed. Who talks of comfort when he sees thee not and feels no fragrance of the happy lot which violets feel, when called upon to lie on thy white breast? And who with amorous eye looks at the dear tomb of the shuddering flowers, the twofold tomb where daintily for hours they droop and muse, who looks, I say, at these and will not own the witchery of thy powers? Who speaks of glory and the force of love, and thou not near, my maiden-minded dove, with all the coyness, all the beauty sheen, of thy rapt face? A fearless virgin queen, a queen of peace art thou, and on thy head the golden light of all thy hair is shed most nimbus-like and most suggestive, too, of youthful saints enshrined and garlanded. Thou'rt nature's own, and when a word of thine rings on the air, and when the voice divine we call the lark upfloats amid the blue, I know not which is which, for both are true, both meant for heaven, though fostered here below. And when the silences around me flow, I think of lilies in the face of thee which hath compelled my manhood's overthrow. O blue-eyed rapture with the radiant locks, O thou for whom, athwart the fever shocks of life and death and misery and much sin, I'd sell salvation. There's a prize to win and thou'rt its voucher. There's a wonder prize, unknown till now beneath the vaulted skies, and thou'rt its symbol. Thou'rt its essence fair, its full completion formed. Adoring wise, yes, I will tell thee how I love thee best, and all my thoughts of thee shall be confessed and none withheld, not e'en the witless one which late I harbored when the mounting sun burst from a cloud, the moon a mile away, as if in hiding from the Lord of day, as if, at times, the moon were like thyself, and feared the semblance of a master's sway. Xiv. I love thee dearly when thine eyes are dim with unshed tears, for then they seem to swim in liquid blessedness, and unto me there comes the memory of a God's decree which said of old, be all men evermore, all men and maids whose hearts are passion sore, acclaimed in heaven, and all day long I muse on hope's divine and deathless prophet lore. Xv. I love thee when the soft endearing flush invades thy face, and dimples in the blush bespeak attention, as a rose's pout absorbs the stillness when the sun is out, and all the air retains the glow thereof. In all the world there is not light enough nor sheen enough all day, nor any warmth, till thou be near me, armed with some rebuff. Xvi. And how I love thee when thy startled eyes look out at me, enwrapped in that surprise which marks an epoch in the life I lead, as if they guessed the scope of Eros' creed and all the mirth and malice of his wiles. For it is wondrous when my lady smiles, and all the ground is holy where she treads, and all the air is thrilled for many miles. Xvii. In every mood of thine thou art my joy, and, day by day, to shield thee from annoy, I'd do the deeds that slaves were bound unto with stabs for payment, shuddering through and through with their much labor, and I'd deem it grand to die for thee if, after touch of hand, I might but kiss thee as a lover doth, for I should then be king of all the land. Xvii. But Father Time, old Time with Janus face looks o'er the sphere, and sees no fitting place for thine acceptance, for the thrones of earth are much too mean, and in thy maiden worth thou'rt crowned enough, and throned in very sooth more than the queens who lord it in their youth o'er men's convictions, and he names thy name as one beloved of nature and of truth. Xx. He sees the nights, he sees the veering days, the sweet spring season with its hymn of praise, the summer, frondage proud, the autumn pale, the winter worn with withering of the gale, all this he sees, and now, today, in June, he, too, recalls that rapturous afternoon when all the fields and flowers were like a dream, and all the winds the offshoot of a tune. XX. So I will cease to clamor for the past, and seek suspension of my doubts at last, in some new way till fate becomes my friend. I will regain the right to redefend the love I bear to thee, for good or ill. For though, 'tis said, our griefs have power to kill, mine let me live, in mine unworthiness, that, spurned of thee, my lips may praise thee still.